Welcome back to more Auction Not Included with our beginner's guide. This video we kind of get a crash course on bionics, getting them a washroom, kind of what I dubbed the utility closet for them, the network to just make sure they have power and so forth. A few minor things since the last video. We have added the auto sweepers and the conveyor loader to our kitchen for the long term of getting the unused batteries to our chargers. We have added our bottle drainer here for the hasn't gotten cleaned up to clean up the polluted water we are getting from creating the gear bomb. Add a storage bin just throw all our boosters here, because when you switch out boosters, they will just drop them wherever they are standing. So make sure all our boosters are in a central place. And then we're just gonna store the polluted water for now, just so we have some polluted water on hand for some future projects. And we're just waiting for a glossy Dreco egg. But like I said, oh yes, and we also got a pip out of our printing pod, which I have a plan for them. We'll see if we do anything with them before cycle 500, but it might be something of a while we're waiting for things to spin up project. So, like I said, for anyone not working with bionics or want to go with other stuff, our next bottleneck, besides we have our steel going, we are in the process of one of the plastic methods. So our next bottleneck is going to be radiation. So we're going to get two Radbolt generators here next to this Weezwort, and then we got to kind of dig in here. So what we're going to do, need a material data science study terminal. So we're going to put it about here just so the dupe working at it doesn't get hit with, doesn't have to stand in radiation. Get some platform for it, and then the unfortunate thing to this is what I would like to do if I had plastic would be put a join plate here and then launch up for the Radbolt. But we don't have this option, so unfortunately a dupe may just be getting beamed in the head. So fine, they have healthcare. I'm just going to put this door here to... I believe the door will stop the Radbolt just so it doesn't fly for an eternity. I'm fine with it flying for an eternity. Okay, then we need power, because these Radbolt generators take a lot of power. Put a ladder here, and then we're going to want some automation. Leave. Send green signal when storage is full. We want to be that not gate because I want to stop sending a signal when they're full just to save power. So, with material data science, it's usually you just want to find what your best option for a radiation source is, put a Radbolt generator or two by it, and just slowly get. For the purpose of research, we do not need a lot of Radbolts. You do not need a large amount of Radbolts until you start working with didn't tell me for stuff that actually takes it. It's mostly if you're going to start using rad engine rockets or the diamond press. Doing research doesn't take that much radiation. It might be slow. It'll maybe a bottleneck for your stuff. At the moment, I'm not in a rush to get through my research. That's fine. So we have a couple different ways we could get radiation. The manual Radbolt generator, we'd use uranium. we could burn uranium to do it. Same with radiation lamp. This takes dupe labor. This takes power. It's just easier to go to the rad bolt generator. So we're going to do 2 just so we can power a little bit faster, just because we got a reasonably good power grid. So we can get away with 2. So that'll make it so if we're getting about 380 and 317 rads here, your rad bolts are a 1/10 of that. So this generator will make it 31 rad bolts per cycle. This will make it 38. That should give us a good amount to get through the study terminal and get our research done. I believe it is... Tell me... see what our rate is. Study terminal. I don't know what the rate of rad bolts... Oh, there we go. 10 units per research point. So the big thing we want to get right now is renewable energy to get the steam turbine. Solar panels are also going to be good. We have more research that. So we need 200 rad bolts. And we're making about 60 per cycle. It'll take 4 cycles to make all those rad bolts. But because it's used a lot of power, if the terminal is full, then I don't want them generating rad bolts, is why we put the automation. The reason I don't like this here is if, say this here is at 80 rad bolts, and we shoot a 30 rad bolt through, then 20 will go into the terminal, and then the other 10 will keep flying. Where unfortunately, this is dupe head level right about here. May not happen. It's kind of luck of the draw on some things. We'll see. They'll take a bit of damage. We'll make a bit of nuclear waste. It's not the end of the world. It's the thing I didn't mention with the bionic duplicates. Regular duplicates do have passive healing. They will slowly regenerate their health without a triage god. Bionics don't. Which is weird, because you'll eventually just see your bionics will just randomly have health missing for some reason. A lot of that ice is melting. We don't have any fabrication going, but that will get our research going. We're just going to wait for this line to go. But yeah, radiation is probably the... Besides all of space being reworked, radiation is probably the biggest thing that will change how you need to approach the game compared to playing on Classic. Just because, and it's the most notable thing, the steam turbine does not need a 3rd tier of research to get. And this is kind of our big... Most of the stuff that's in this kind of like tier 3 science, where it needs material but it doesn't need space science, you can just build them. And the turbine's a big one, because the turbine is going to unlock a lot of power once we are able to start making them. Our main bottleneck on the turbine at the moment is just getting plastic. But take a look here. Like, the other options you have for kind of getting your radiation, besides like Weezewort's probably the easy one for most planets. Your starting planet, I believe, always has this uranium chunk on it. Maybe not on the planetoid cluster, the like spaced out specific one, due to how that works, but you have this little chunk of uranium. You can use shine bugs. They don't make a lot. They make 48 rads a cycle, but you get a lot of them. I think like a stable full does about the same as a Weezewort. If we wanted to use more resources, what the other way we could do it would be believe it is this shape. Pause and I'll start building it. Is plant 5 domestic weezeworts. And then we could just place a, I believe it is here, to maximize a single rad bolt generator. Just then we'd have to supply the, I believe it is phosphorites. Yes. Yeah, we'd have to supply 4 kgs of phosphorite per cycle. Not that hard to do. You get a lot of it on the map, and phosphorite doesn't have a ton of uses on its own. Also, if you ranch Drekos provide it. So actually, just because we do have the phosphorite, I think we are going to do that. Just the downside is we might be a little unsafe. Let's actually do that there, because we're not... Actually, first thing we're going to do... Wart. Okay, 2 units of warts. I got 3... Plant 4. Climb up and do this. Do this here. This will be a little bit of a better system. It'll also use a lot less power. Downside, we're going to get some warnings about radiation. Forget the exact... See if it says here. Yeah. So... Don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head, but... Your dupes will lose rads when they go to the washroom. They will pee it out. Same if they get rad sickness, they will lose it faster from rad vomiting and so forth. So as long as they're not gaining more, I think it's 100 rats a cycle they can lose. So as long as they're not gaining more than 100 per cycle, it's not an issue. The same is true for bionics. I don't know if they have the same rate they lose it, but because they have the longer cycles, they are more susceptible to radiation. It is a relevant issue when using a bionic as an astronaut, because I can show up from Greasona. There is surface radiation, so this is another way you can get your rads. Every planet kind of has its own surface level radiation. Seeing if the point of interest here, sometimes you have crashed satellites. Here, no, we do not have crashed satellites here. Which is kind of a point of interest, which just has like an aura of 1,000 rads. Very good. Let's get our farm tiles down. You have a chance to find Weezewort seeds buried in the ice biome. So it would be... So I'm just trying to think how I want to angle this shot. Means I don't need this reflector. Two. Down like this, and then... something like this. We still want our automation, because this is going to make a lot more rads per cycle, so it is possible we're going to overshoot. And then because we're going to shoot at an angle now, we shouldn't dome our duplicates anymore. So this is a bit of a better setup for a couple reasons. But if you were to use this Wheezewort with the same kind of setup, we're only getting 248 rads. So we're going to get 10 less rads per cycle. And take this ladder out of the way because shooting at corners is sometimes weird. You can see kind of just the random liquid to solid flipping there with small packets. Why I wanted to use insulation for my cooling. Or coolant. There we go. Glossy Draco egg. Incubate you. Let's have everything overflow. It was the big change in the last, like... Where'd my glossy egg go? Like, picked it up and just, like, left. Oh, there it is. 3 per cycle. 15. Assuming it's incubated. Or lullabied, I should say. Lullaby, 17 per cycle. Can't do math. Need 6 cycles. 6-ish cycles, we'll have a glossy Draco. I don't know the exact math on how soon to get plastic, but that is probably faster than getting... Get someone to plant here, here, and here. I can't plant there anyway, so it kind of works out. I only have 4. Because Wheezeworts are too tall. Specifically, the Wheezewort is too tall because it has to be 2 tiles tall. So we'll get these planted, and then we'll throw a storage bin here to store our phosphorite. Looking for a ranch hook regular dupe. Narcoleptic is one of the scary skills to take. We also have the knit eggs. Knits are from prehistoric. That would be another loop to do plastic, because you from prehistoric, it's kind of the intended one of you do knits, and then you feed the knits to lura plants, which will give you amber, which you can turn into fossil and stuff. We're just going to reject all of these. I don't want to pick up more bionics at the moment. We almost have all of our boosters made. Will allow us to let our bionics out. Just waiting for still just waiting for stuff to kind of start. Very much over on our food again. Food storage is probably going to be the next big project. We do have a fair amount of it rotting on us. I suppose while we're waiting for that, we can... set this up now. Not out of steel. Something got built out of steel, and I don't know what it was. Go, and we just store our phosphorite here. metal. I don't know what the color of steel is off the top of my head, so I'm very much looking for, like, the what is the one thing not made of copper. It's just the bottle drainer. Is the annoying thing once you get steel is there are just a couple things of the... Just everything wants to get made out of it, so I want organics. This... Anything that's polluted dirt or a rot pile. Be irrelevant for later. We're gonna empty this hydrogen gas. Yeah, so we can see here now we're getting 135 per cycle instead of only the 60 in it. So we're getting twice as much for half the power. We have set to send 50 at a time. Hopefully this all travels the way I want it to. I want all the hydrogen to go up to here for our next project. For the most part, it got there. There, we got all the rotten food getting out of our base as well. This we do need to set to polluted again, though. Waste our steel. Suppose we should also get our renewable energy research, and I think that'll be a good point to end on. There, kind of proved the point of why we're getting the material study. Oh, there we go. We have all of our chips made. Right now, they're mostly just set up to be building dupes. I think I will just have them in the base for a bit longer. I'd like to get I don't need mechatronic on them. Do need a bottle filler, though. Put this bottle filler here. Leech off of our spawn line for now, because we still got to move all the water. We're just getting a little sidetracked on some other stuff. Moving water's not interesting. It's, I throw down some pitcher pumps here, pitcher pumps here, pitcher pumps here, throw down some pumps, and I just run a lot of line around. Not interesting until I kind of show organizing the geysers. It'll be part of it. This is bottle filler main. I need this for to fill this with water. power. Have lots of food. More of the thing of I just keep questioning of do I have enough food or not. Did I put glossy? Okay, we are grabbing glossies as they show up. Think a little bit. How is Meeps athletics doing? A +4. I'm gonna relook the numbers on Jim because I believe you get more attribute the longer you do it, but I don't want this going too long so that like dupes are stuck here when I need them doing other stuff. If they're going there, then I mean I know I have free labor. There, no, we're just waiting for the applied research to get done. I want to get one dupe over to there. I think it's taking a while, so I've been on 2-speed for a bit. And there we go. But yeah, this is right dupe head level, so I try to make it any... It's the thing that devs did with Rad Science is very unsafe because almost every single rad receptacle is at dupe eye level. So usually when building kind of projects, you want to keep in mind of where are my rad bolts going to travel because like they can't hit ladders. Angles are weird. There are specific rules for it, but we're not going to concern ourselves with it for now. Then you want to make sure anywhere your rad bolts are going are not places your dupes are going to be. Someone's probably going to get domed while trying to fertilize the Wheeze warts. Another thing of the whole thing of tile of interest, where we know it's a center tile, even though the animation's over here, if I wanted to do a pressure plate or a light or something, I only need this tile. But yeah, once we can kind of get into renewable energy, we will probably also grab superheating for glass, just so we can make solar panels if we choose. Is there anything else we like really need out of material at the moment? Not window tiles for some other stuff later, but for the most part we don't need anything out of it. Steam turbine's the big one, and we'll get into that there when we're finally able to make one. We're slowly starting to get out of like a labor debt. Once probably our next project is going to be doing food storage, which is why we put this hydrogen here. We'll clear out this meal wood because I'm not going to be worried about the pickled meal going bad. But yeah, material science. We could get a little more rads per cycle with one more, but this works well enough for what I need it to be doing. And then we'll probably go through, just get everything researched while we are running the Wheezeworts. Just not waste the phosphorite while we have it set up. But yeah, very much is waiting. We're in the wait for things to happen. We're over a lot of, like I mentioned before, we're over a lot of our scary problems. Like, igneous took a big dip, but that's because I made a lot of insulation. Very much just waiting on getting plastic now. Or depending on the rate for that after we build our cooler, we may take a dip over to the teleport transmitter, try to get those systems going. Okay, so we do have our overflow working correctly here. We are just wasting the power at the moment, which is not good. So what we're going to do... Probably don't need this liquid lock here, but we'll keep it in place. A little bit of extra power to our grid off the hydrogen. I don't care about putting this on a battery and being optimal with it. This is 100% an overflow valve. I mostly just have to keep an eye that this isn't getting backed up at the rate we're using our oxygen. Because if it starts backing up, then I have to add another one. Otherwise, if it backs up, then the hydrogen pressure goes down. It'll start getting picked up by the gas pumps. But one should be fine based on the maximum flow we looked at. We'll get in, we'll get a little bit of free power. Just helps relieve our coal. These things are a little toasty over here now. For the most part, like, hatches are pretty content with most stuff, but we may have to work some systems as they start being too unhappy. But I'm also dealing with heat, and heat is the current thing we are afraid of and are trying to work with. We're not in a major rush to get it fixed, but it is the thing we need to work on now, which is why we are trying to get the parts. But before we get the parts, we got to research them, which is why we took this detour into radiation. We'll probably come back to radiation again when we start doing more of the advanced stuff. Mainly when we get to the third planetoid, which is the radiation planet. We have access to betas, enrich uranium, and we can look into kind of rad bolts at scale for now. And really all you need for the most part until very late mid-game to end-game stuff is just... Okay. This works. Cooking, they have ranching. They have nyctophobic, which is slightly annoying. But I can work around that. They have everything I want in a dupe currently, which is I need more cooks and more ranches. Ranches is... These are kind of the two tasks of where I'm going to bottleneck on things. Because if I look at skills, I believe I only have Catalina. Yeah. I only have one cook. Ranchers, I believe I have 3. I have 3 if I want to skill up Ada more. But Ada, I want to do I want them doing like mechatronics and some other things. I don't want to put their morale up higher. I don't want to get them out working just so they skill up faster. They are at plus 20 constructions. They will all be good at that. So we'll probably be letting our bionics out soon. They might be a little... for athletics. 20 construction. Yeah, athletics 10. They're already faster than me. So they're probably fine to get out. But the problem is... So what we need to do... We'll take a detour into this here. We're gonna take this here. Interior decorating. The interior decorating's bad. Because they're going to have a worse decor morale bonus. The increased creativity doesn't care, unless I want to throw points at them to make him the decorator. Super duper hard digging doesn't really matter. It's a free skill point. But we're going to take this Lindsay. It's going to be Chef Lindsay. Ranching cooking is also kind of annoying, because one wants to stay in the base and one wants to go out. But these are the two skills I kind of need filler in. So we mostly need to work around nyctophobic. They need light to sleep. They are afraid of the dark. What we do to get around that, just because we're doing bionics, this is going to be... I'm like looking for Lindsay, and I forgot I named them Chef Lindsay. So Chef Lindsay is going to go here. Which means whenever I move Gizmo and Steela off, I will move these gots and put them on... Find... Lindsay's going to go on this schedule. So I'm going to move Gizmo and Steela. Whenever I take them off the schedule, I'm going to move them to Bionic Schedule 2 and 3. That way, Meep shouldn't be sleeping the same time as them. I'm going to put Lindsay here because Lindsay needs a light. So we're just going to use a ceiling light. Because I don't want the ceiling light running all the time, we're going to use a weight plate because we know this is the tile of interest. Sweep the... Need to sweep the stuff out. We got to get everything swept out of here eventually anyway. Do our weight plate. Run automation wire. Because the other way we could do this, we could do motion sensor. But the problem, if I did motion sensor, whenever any of these three dupes are sleeping, it would be running. I only want it running when Lindsay is sleeping. Let me just put a light there. The other thing, where's Lindsay? No. You can... Get a skill scrubber in here. I'm going to want a skill scrub so they don't have digging. Because if you skill scrub... It's kind of a weird thing when you get later skills, is I skill scrub and I get the skill point. But to relearn super duper hard digging, if I skill scrub, I have to learn hard digging and super hard digging first. I believe whenever I tested it, that was the case. You'd be grilling. And then your priorities are going to be cooking and ranching. You are not outside the base. As you can see, they are very slow. You just go here and cook. Which works out well, because Catalina is allowed outside the base doing various things. So unlike me, Lindsay has a little more to work with. Yeah, like I don't want this light running all the time. Get this here. It's mostly the thing of waiting for copper. Of course, I'm missing the one piece of automation wire that matters. That'll be it for our regular dupes we are taking. Just be boops that I want to add to the colony for now. Just because it's different, yes. I think I found out pips are really annoying. And just knock stuff out of your storage bins. I don't need this bin here now anymore because it's just storing dirt and I have a dirt bin here. There we go. The light is off until Lindsay goes to bed. There we go. Lindsay gets her nice little light. Just because of the, like, in theory, I could just have a bionic be their nightlight, but then I'd have to line their schedules up, like, perfectly. There's nothing to prevent you from running bionic on a regular schedule, just... I like using them for the full... We're allowed to just work non-stop, but we have... the steam turbine now. We were just waiting for the plastic for it. And then those might also do superheated forging. I may as well, because this isn't just quote-unquote radiation, because I'm going to have to be using my phosphorite for these weezeworts. I might as well get my research done now. Go, we got another Dreco egg. I think as soon as Gizmo gets their skill point. Okay, they did get it. So, I think we're good now, because I have a lot of building I'm going to need to do. I'm going to put Gizmo and Stila on these schedules. And just because my new bionics I recruit are always going to be on the chipmaker schedule first, that I don't want to fill slot 1 right away. I'm on the regular schedule, and then guys are allowed outside now. Be able to get a lot of building done. Go. Brains is gunk. Because if you don't have this line long enough, or if they go at the same time, they can back up if you don't have a buffer tank. Or the weird thing I've noticed is they don't always grab all the batteries they're going to eat. It is slightly annoying. I may get around that there by just, when I change this to like a space, I need 2 space phones. I won't worry about it. Just wasting his own downtime. There, we have got everything we need to fix our cooling. We know how to make everything to fix our cooling now. We are just waiting on plastic. Which take a little while to get our plastic. But I think our next goal is going to be upgrading our food storage for infinite storage. That way our food mass is a little more accurate in the sense of my numbers not being off because things rotted on us. It should finally let us get fully off mealwood. Because we are... maybe not. Might be getting to the point there. And then once we have that there, we can finally get our resources organized out here. Because this oxygen is hot that's coming into the base. Eventually we'll be getting a lot of toasties, which will make us slow. I want to find him here, like... Where's Gizmo? Like, Gizmo doesn't have atmosuit training, and he's zipping around. What's Meep doing? That's demo. I think Meep's probably good to be allowed outside the base now, too. But I think that'll be it for this episode. Just kind of a basic thing, getting our radiation going, and hey, we set up a nyctophobic dupe. But I believe in next episode, we need to set up our food storage with some stuff we planned a while ago. Anyway, that'll be it for this episode. Thank you for watching.